If you're as hooked on the Eagles as we are, then you already know the buzz around Micah Parsons is impossible to ignore right now. Heading into the first week of the season, Philadelphia might just catch a huge break, depending on how things shake out with Parsons and the Dallas Cowboys. This whole saga has been unfolding like a primetime drama, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Parsons, one of the absolute best pass rushers in the entire league, has found himself in a mess with his team that could have big ripple effects right as the season kicks off. If you're an Eagles fan, you know how much of a game changer he is, so the possibility that he might not even suit up for Dallas in Week 1 has everyone talking. The whole situation feels like it's straight out of sports soap opera. Parsons publicly demanded a trade after months of contract drama that has taken the Cowboys and their front office on a roller coaster ride. What's crazy is that this all could have been avoided if Dallas had locked him up with a lucrative contract last offseason. They reportedly could have paid him around $35 million a year, making him the highest-paid defensive player in NFL history. But instead, they hesitated, held back, and now the fallout is massive. You've got a superstar defensive player who's fed up, a frustrated team owner, and a coaching staff stuck trying to navigate the chaos. It's a mess. Parsons has kept his composure better than most might have expected, showing up to training camp on time and avoiding social media outbursts. Even so, he's only been participating in walk-throughs, steering clear of full-contact drills, which makes sense given his lack of contract security past 2025. With his current contract structure, he is set to earn just over $21 million next year under the fifth-year option. But beyond that, there's no guarantee. No wonder he's cautious about risking injury. This level of uncertainty and dysfunction around one of the league's premier defensive talents is rare and a huge story as the Eagles prepare to face Dallas at Lincoln Financial Field. The Cowboys, meanwhile, have been throwing out mixed signals. Owner Jerry Jones gave a long-winded interview that felt like classic Jerry, a bit all over the place and full of old-school phrases that left many scratching their heads. He claimed the deal with Parsons was essentially done months ago with nothing but a handshake to seal it, which sounds almost unbelievable in today's sports world where contracts are ironclad and painstakingly detailed. Jerry's nostalgic view clearly clashes with a modern reality, where an athlete's agent, paperwork, and official signatures are non-negotiable. Todd Archer, an insider who covers Dallas closely, expanded on this and shared that Jones believed they had agreed on all major points including length, guarantees, and total value, something near $200 million guaranteed. Yet here they are, still stuck in limbo with no contract finalized and the player demanding out. From the Eagles' perspective, all of this uncertainty surrounding Parsons is a silver lining. If Parsons misses the opener, it would significantly tilt the scales in Philadelphia's favor. The Birds have one of the toughest schedules in the league, so starting strong with a win over Dallas would be huge for momentum and confidence. Right now, Philadelphia is favored by 6.5 points, which is a big number against a Cowboys team looking shaky at best. If Parsons sits out, that line could shift even more, making the Eagles' chances of walking away victorious even better. For fans itching for that early season edge, watching how this plays out will be critical. Beyond the Parsons storyline, there's fresh excitement brewing in Eagles camp thanks to two surprise wide receivers who have popped up seemingly out of nowhere and started making waves. Both undrafted free agents, they've added a new dynamic to the wide receiver competition behind the established trio of A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith, and Jahan Dotson. Their performances are turning heads and raising questions about the depth chart and who will ultimately snag those last few roster spots. One of these receivers, Elijah Cook, stands out with his impressive 6'4" frame and solid athleticism. Despite minimal production so far in his NFL career, his presence in training camp has been felt. He's made physical catches and shown the ability to create separation, showcasing a promising blend of size and speed that can make a difference in real game situations. His pre-draft testing numbers support the hype, proving he has the tools to thrive at this level. Then there's Darius Cooper, another UDFA from the latest draft class, who has been equally impressive. Cooper's strength and quickness make him a tough matchup for defenders, and his ability to come down with contested catches adds an important weapon for the Eagles' offense. His explosive 40-yard dash and bench press reps show he's not just fast, but also strong and durable. Key traits for a receiver looking to earn a roster spot. Last season at Tarleton State, Cooper racked up huge numbers and has carried that momentum into camp. Between Cook and Cooper, the Eagles now have two exciting prospects pushing the envelope and forcing the coaching staff to make some tough decisions on who makes the final cut. Meanwhile, the situation for last year's rookie receivers, Ainias Smith and Johnny Wilson, adds another layer of intrigue. Both were drafted and have been given opportunities, but their impact so far has been underwhelming. Smith's quickness and burst are praised by coaches, and Wilson's blocking ability is a plus given his size, but neither has dominated camp or preseason like some had hoped. There's always that question in the NFL about whether draft status should influence roster decisions, especially when undrafted players might be outperforming the drafted ones. It's a delicate balance between potential, investment, and performance, and right now, that wide receiver room feels wide open and competitive. With the Eagles' top three receivers locked in, the battle for the final spots is heating up. Whether Cook and Cooper can translate their camp success into preseason game action remains to be seen, but they've certainly earned the spotlight. The roster politics will be fascinating to follow because the coaching staff and front office have to decide if loyalty to draft picks outweighs raw production and potential. This makes every snap in preseason games even more critical, as these players are fighting for their NFL futures. So as we look toward Week 1, the Eagles' wide receiver core could have a new dynamic to it, and that might just be another edge for Philly as they prepare to take on Dallas in what promises to be a high-stakes showdown. Meanwhile, the Parsons saga continues to dominate headlines and will undoubtedly influence not only the outcome of that game, but potentially the entire season trajectory for both teams. The drama, the uncertainty, and the potential for explosive football action all make this one of the most compelling storylines going into the new NFL season. The ongoing saga with Micah Parsons is far from over, and as the countdown to the season opener ticks down, the tension around the Dallas Cowboys and their star edge rusher is only mounting. Jerry Jones's interview left fans and analysts alike scratching their heads, not just for his nostalgic handshake anecdote, but for the broader picture it paints about the organization's approach to one of the most critical players on their roster. The reality is that Parsons has become emblematic of a dysfunctional process that has dragged on much longer than it should have, and the consequences are rippling through the entire NFL landscape. For the Cowboys, it's more than just a contract dispute. It's a potential crisis that could severely impact their defensive front and overall competitiveness. Jones has claimed that the deal was done months ago, yet still not finalized highlights a glaring disconnect between front office intentions and the realities of contract negotiations in modern sports. The Cowboys' hesitance to commit financially despite Parsons' clear value has come back to haunt them, turning what could have been a straightforward extension into a high-stakes chess match. It's a gamble that hasn't paid off, especially considering Parsons' willingness to report to camp despite the ongoing uncertainty. A move that shows professionalism, but also underscores how strained a relationship truly is. His decision to avoid physical drills while still participating in walkthroughs is a clear signal. He's protecting his body until his contract situation is resolved. And with the franchise tag for just one more year, the pressure is mounting on both sides. The ripple effects extend beyond Dallas, though. For the Eagles, watching this unfold offers both hope and caution. On one hand, Parsons' absence from the first game could be a crucial advantage for Philadelphia, especially given their defensive prowess and desire to start the season strong. The Eagles have shown time and again that they can capitalize on opportunities, and a weakened Cowboys front would play right into their hands. On the other hand, Parsons is one of the best defensive players in the league, and his presence changes the complexion of any game he plays. If he suits up, the Eagles will have to navigate one of the toughest matchups on their schedule with a key opponent at full strength. That dynamic alone adds layers of intrigue to the opening weekend and sets the stage for a potentially explosive rivalry game. While the drama off the field grabs headlines, on the field the Eagles have been quietly building depth and competition at the wide receiver position, an area where surprises have emerged throughout training camp. Elijah Cook and Darius Cooper, both undrafted free agents, have stepped into the spotlight and forced the coaching staff to reevaluate their options. Cook's combination of size, athleticism, and physicality has made him a tough matchup for defenders and a reliable target during practices. His ability to shake off defenders and haul in contested catches shows a player who is ready to contribute at the next level. Meanwhile, Cooper's speed, strength, and impressive college production have translated well into camp, making him a threat in a variety of roles within the offense. Their emergence has complicated the narrative around last year's draft picks, Ainias Smith and Johnny Wilson. Both young receivers have the tools and potential to make an impact, but so far their camp performances have been less impressive compared to the hustle and playmaking ability displayed by Cook and Cooper. This creates a fascinating roster battle. Do the Eagles stick with their drafted players because of investment and potential, or do they reward performance and momentum shown by the undrafted hopefuls? The NFL is full of stories where undrafted players rise to stardom, and Philadelphia might be witnessing the early chapters of such a tale right now. This competition pushes everyone involved to bring their best, and the coaching staff will have some tough decisions ahead when trimming down to the final roster. The quarterback situation adds another dimension to this drama. While Jalen Hurts is firmly entrenched as the starter, his ability to connect with a deep and talented receiver group could define the Eagles' offensive success. The chemistry between the established stars and these new faces like Cook and Cooper could prove vital in critical moments during games. For Hurts, having reliable targets who can stretch the field and win contested balls opens up the playbook and forces defenses to respect multiple threats. This kind of depth could be the difference maker in a tightly contested season, especially in games against elite defenses where timing and trust in your receivers become paramount. Meanwhile, the Cowboys are facing their own set of challenges beyond the Parsons saga. Their defense has been under intense scrutiny, and the absence of a key player like Parsons, even temporarily, forces them to adjust their game plans and rely on less proven personnel. The pressure on their coaching staff and defensive coordinators is immense, as they scramble to fill the void left by Parsons' uncertain status. The team's ability to adapt will be tested early, and their response could set the tone for the rest of the season. If Dallas struggles to contain the Eagles' offense or fails to generate pressure without Parsons, it could quickly derail their playoff aspirations. As the clock winds down to kickoff, all eyes will be on the status of Parsons and how the Cowboys manage this precarious situation. The ripple effect extends beyond one game. It speaks to the broader challenges of managing star talent, balancing financial decisions with competitive goals, and maintaining cohesion within a high-pressure professional environment. For Eagles fans, the hope is that this turmoil translates into a tangible advantage on the field, allowing their team to capitalize and start the season with momentum. For the Cowboys, it's a test of resilience and organizational acumen. Can they overcome internal strife and still perform at a high level against a fierce divisional rival? The stakes couldn't be higher, and the drama is far from over. Every update, every practice report, and every interview adds new layers to this complex story. The rivalry between the Eagles and Cowboys has always been intense, but this year it carries even more weight given the circumstances surrounding Parsons. As fans, analysts, and players prepare for what promises to be an unforgettable season opener, the question on everyone's mind remains: will Micah Parsons take the field, or will this saga continue to unfold in the headlines? Either way, the implications for both teams are enormous, and the outcome of this drama will reverberate throughout the entire NFL landscape. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our Philadelphia Eagles. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. In a surprising twist that has ignited conversations across the NFL landscape, whispers emerging from within the Philadelphia Eagles organization suggest that a major acquisition may be in the works. The name on everyone's lips is none other than CHUBA Hubbard, the talented Canadian running back currently with the Carolina Panthers. Although nothing has been confirmed officially, Insiders close to the Eagles' front office have hinted that the franchise is seriously exploring the possibility of bringing Hubbard to Philadelphia. This development has sent shockwaves throughout the league, as few saw this coming. It's rare for a player of Hubbard's background, both in terms of nationality and playing style, to become the centerpiece of such an intriguing rumor. The mere prospect of his transition from Carolina to the city of brotherly love has triggered fervent speculation about what his arrival could mean for the Eagles' dynamic offense heading into the upcoming season. Given the Eagles' penchant for power run schemes and adaptability in the backfield, the addition of a back like Hubbard could signal a tactical shift. While fans remain cautiously optimistic, the conversation is picking up steam, and the rumor mill shows no signs of slowing down. Sources within the Panthers camp have reportedly expressed quiet concern about the possibility of losing Hubbard, a player who has grown into a reliable contributor over the past few seasons. Known for his burst of speed and north-south running style, Hubbard has emerged as a consistent performer when given opportunities. Though not always in the spotlight, he has amassed a steady body of work that reflects both potential and polish. Eagles scouts have allegedly been tracking his progress closely, particularly in games where he showcased his ability to break through defensive lines and generate yardage after contact. The Eagles coaching staff has long admired Hubbard's work ethic, and murmurs suggest they see him as more than just a complimentary piece. They see him as a potential game changer. While the Panthers have yet to respond publicly to these rumors, the silence is, in itself, deafening. Some believe Carolina is quietly preparing a counteroffer to retain him, while others insist the front office is already bracing for his potential departure. Either way, the tension is palpable, and all eyes are now on what direction these two franchises will take as the regular season looms closer. If this rumored move materializes, it would mark a significant chapter in Chuba Hubbard's already compelling career narrative. Born in Edmonton, Alberta, Hubbard's path to the NFL defied traditional pipelines, making his rise all the more captivating. His collegiate career at Oklahoma State turned heads, and his entry into the league was met with equal parts skepticism and admiration. Now, with whispers suggesting a jump to a high-profile contender like the Eagles, Hubbard could be on the cusp of elevating his status from dependable role player to national sensation. Philadelphia, a city known for its passionate fan base and unforgiving sports media, might seem like an unlikely fit at first glance. However, those familiar with Hubbard's resilience and demeanor believe he could thrive in such an intense environment. The Eagles, meanwhile, have a history of capitalizing on under-the-radar talent to great effect. Bringing Hubbard into the fold could offer a unique blend of skill, versatility, and fresh energy to an already formidable offense. For fans dreaming of a deep playoff run, the idea of Hubbard charging through NFC defenses in midnight green is becoming more tantalizing by the day, even if the ink has yet to hit paper. What adds intrigue to this growing narrative is the timing. With training camp in full swing and rosters beginning to crystallize, any such move would require a swift and seamless transition. That urgency may, in fact, be what's fueling the momentum behind the scenes. Reports indicate that discussions between representatives may have already taken place, though neither camp has confirmed. If Hubbard were to join the Eagles, questions would immediately arise about his fit within their crowded backfield, which already includes promising names and established veterans. Yet it's precisely this competition that could sharpen Hubbard's edge and bring out his best. Analysts speculate that the Eagles may see him as an ideal counterpunch to their current setup, someone who can rotate in without sacrificing explosiveness or physicality. Additionally, Hubbard's reputation as a locker room asset and professional off the field only bolsters the appeal. For the Panthers, letting go of such a dependable asset could signal confidence in their younger depth or a broader restructuring. Either way, the ripple effects of such a move would extend beyond Philadelphia and Carolina, potentially influencing trade talks and running back valuations across the league. Ultimately, whether Chuba Hubbard dons the Eagles jersey this season remains to be seen, but the mere suggestion of such a move has already altered the conversation. Fans and analysts alike are dissecting every clue, tweet, and press conference for hints of legitimacy. The Eagles, ever enigmatic in their operations, have not denied the rumors, which in itself keeps the speculation alive. Meanwhile, social media platforms have exploded with mock-ups of Hubbard in midnight green, fan reactions ranging from skeptical to ecstatic. What's undeniable is the energy this potential acquisition has injected into preseason buzz. Should the deal materialize, it would not only strengthen the Eagles' depth chart, but also reinforce the growing impact of Canadian-born players in the NFL. For now, it's a waiting game, a test of patience for fans, a chess match for front offices, and perhaps a career-defining decision for Chuba Hubbard himself. Until an official announcement is made, the story remains in the realm of possibility. But as with so many NFL rumors, sometimes where there's smoke, there's fire. And right now, the smoke swirling around Philadelphia is thicker than ever. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Philadelphia Eagles, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.